Hey, Anthony,
Yeah,
is the US going to invade Greenland?
I really don't know at this point, and the fact that I can't categorically say no anymore, quite frankly, terrifies me. It's a sign of how far our country has fallen that the invasion of an allied NATO nation is even a question in the first place. With any president before Trump, the mere suggestion would have been grounds for an immediate impeachment, if for no other reason than to reassure our allies that their security, our biggest export, remained assured. Now, instead of universal outrage at threats to our allies, we're getting pundit debates on mainstream media about feasibility, costs, and motives. Discussions that are being carefully couched to the American public to suggest that it couldn't happen for now, ignoring the fact that the discussion itself is already a massive escalation and a push towards normalizing the aggressive imperialism that is inherent to fascism.
So you think they're serious about wanting to invade?
Yes, these are intentional comments repeated with increasing intensity by Trump and his allies over the course of the last year, framing the potential annexation of Greenland in the context of national security, deterrence against Russia and China, and resource rights, which are the same pretexts that were used to invade Venezuela just a few days ago and capture Maduro. And even if they weren't, it wouldn't make the comments any less impeachable. The discussion itself is already doing irreparable intentional harm by aligning the US away from NATO and its allies, and towards the very nations the Trump administration claims to be fighting against. It destabilizes NATO by introducing fear and uncertainty, and as a result strengthens Russia and China, NATO's greatest adversaries. Not to mention that the US invading Venezuela and potentially Greenland is basically giving Russia and China tacit approval for their own imperialist policies as well, such as the invasion of Ukraine and the presumed upcoming invasion of Taiwan.
What effect do these comments have on us?
Well, they weaken the US too, because despite the Republicans' constant complaining that our NATO allies need to be doing more to contribute, which I don't even disagree with, the fact is that, for better or worse, the United States' biggest global export and the keystone to our global dominance is the military protection of our allies in international trade. And once the faith in that protection collapses, so do all the systems holding it up, including a significant portion of our economy, which of course creates a vacuum for China to step in. And I'm not just speculating here, right? We are already seeing the effects as six NATO nations, including some of its most powerful members, have already rallied against the US in support of Denmark.
And if we actually do invade?
It's really hard to say in the short term. I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't an immediate military response, given how intertwined the US is in the European defense infrastructure. But whether or not a direct conflict happens immediately, I can't see an attack on Greenland doing anything else but leading to World War III, which we would not, and in the context, should not win.